The biggest render run is coming and I will tell you why. Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Doc and today's video I'm going to explain to you why the biggest render run in history is about to start and also give you my short-term render price prediction. So let's start this video off with what's actually going on with the render price since my video last week. So basically during my video on the 7th of September, I actually told you guys that render was expected to do an uptrend towards a specific event which we will discuss later during this video. But what you're also seeing in this chart is that sellers are getting exhausted. You can typically see this on the daily candles which have a small candle and a big wick. This means that sellers try to push the price down, but buyers keep buying, and especially this one is very bullish because it has a very little candle, a very big wick down, meaning that buying pressure is really high and that sellers are getting exhausted, resulting to another green candle the next day. Of course, what you can also see is on a downtrend you get a lot of wicks up. This means that buyers are getting exhausted because buyers keep buying but sellers sell harder, so they get exhausted at one point and you get a downtrend. But so far it's looking good, but of course there's a big event coming in the next couple of days and this could turn everything around. So the big major event I'm talking about is on Wednesday the 18th of September, which is the federal funds rate. So everybody's expecting a rate cut, so this could be very bullish and the beginning of one of the biggest bull runs ever. And also they're expecting a rate cut by 0.25%, but if this is better than expected and a rate cut of 0.50, this could actually be another big pump. But yeah, a lot of people are expecting a rate cut, especially because on September 11 we had the CPI numbers. So basically the US inflation has fallen on a year-to-year from 2.9% to 2.5%, which is actually very bullish for rate cuts, and this is why everybody's expecting a rate cut. But again, like I said in last week's video, I'm expecting kinda this event to be a sell the news unless this is gonna be very big, like we got 5% or 4.75%. And at the end of the video during my short-term price prediction, I will tell you guys the prices I'm expecting towards this event, so basically towards next Wednesday, and also the possible dip prices, which could be a very big opportunity. But what we also cannot forget is that September is usually a red month, with the average being minus 4.25% and the median 4.35%. So they could actually make this September, even if rate cuts is very bullish, a red month. Like they could actually mislead you into thinking that this could be a bad bull run or a bad end of the year, making it red, thinking this is over, like they did actually in 2020 when we had the biggest run ever. As you can see, the numbers were crazy. Like they made September look really bad, minus 7.5%, followed by October plus 28, November plus 43, December plus 47, then January plus 14, like February plus 36, and March plus 30 almost. Like if you see on the quarterly returns, it was insane. Like plus 168% and plus 103%. Like these numbers are crazy. And again, they might make it seem that September is bad, that the bull run is over, but then they're gonna send it so hard, and especially render is gonna be very bullish because there's some crazy events coming in the next couple of weeks. And to make it even easier to keep up with the upcoming events, the Render Network released an article one day ago in which they talked about the upcoming Render Network talks and events. As you can see, Render Network calendar key dates will be September and October, and basically it's the end of the September and during October, which is the most bullish month in history. So there's a few important events, and we will be talking during this video about Token 2049 and Solana Breakpoint. And probably in like the next couple of weeks, we will be talking about Blender Conference, which is also a very big event. I don't know what permissionless is, but I will do my research for next week's video so we can talk about this as well. So definitely subscribe to this channel if you want to keep up with the major events of Render. But the first big event is called Token 2049. This is basically one of the biggest crypto events in the world, where they will bring together the leading voices in crypto. So there will be 30,000 plus attendees, 10,000 plus companies, 500 speakers, including the CEO and founder of the Render Network, Jules Yerbuck, and 600 plus exhibitors. And it will be at the end, or basically in a couple of days, in September from 18th till 19th in Singapore. So this is already a very big event. And if the founder of Render talks about what AI can be done with Render Network, why AI needs Render in front of thousands and thousands of very big important people which could invest a lot of money, this could be huge. And this event will even be followed up by a far greater event in my opinion, which is Solana Breakpoint, the biggest Solana event of the year, which is actually also in Singapore 2 days later after Token 2049, and the Render Network will be talking during this event. Like, this event is so big for Solana tokens, you have no idea. Last year, Bonk went up 100x, even 300x in March, and then Solana went up 10x, and so many Solana tokens went up so hard after this event. Like 1-2 weeks after the event, it started to rally. And yes, last year Render actually migrated to Solana during the event, but it wasn't really a real Solana token. But now Render is on every big exchange as a Solana token, and I'm expecting the Render to ride this wave of Solana Breakpoint together with the Nvidia earnings hype. Like, this could be a very big catalyst, and this is why I'm expecting so much of Render in the fourth quarter of the year. And now let's get on with the second part of this video, which is my short-term Render price prediction. But before I do this, if you want to buy Render Bitcoin and over 1,000 other crypto coins while getting $30,000 in bonuses and rewards just for depositing and buying crypto as shown on screen, just go to the top of the description and click on the partner Bybit link. Once you're on the partner Bybit link, you will see my name and my referral code, which is 41860, and you will see that you will get up to $30,000 in bonuses reward just for depositing crypto. Like, imagine buying the Render or another crypto dip and getting rewards to buy more of this dip. Like, this is one of the biggest opportunities in one of the best months to buy, so definitely don't miss out on these amazing welcome rewards. So now let's take a look at my short-term Render price prediction. So in last week's video, I was actually talking about something I really love, which is a Fibonacci level. So if we just go to this local top, which is like $6.50, and go down to the bottom of this wick, which was around $4.43, we can see that the first big resistance will probably be around $5.50. Like, we will probably see a lot of selling pressure here because a lot of traders actually use this point to sell. But of course, if we get a lot of hype and Bitcoin keeps going up, we could actually see us going up to the golden pocket, which is between like $5.75 and $5.85. This is also a strong selling point for traders, so we could see some resistance. But of course, on this uptrend towards like $6.50, we went straight to the golden pocket as well. So you never know what could happen, but this is definitely a target you should watch at. But then of course we got these double wicks as well, so this could be the end of the rally towards actually the rate cut. This is not even close to the render bull run top target, but we're talking about the short-term prediction. So this could actually be a level as well. So if we take a horizontal line, we could actually see this being the local top again, like retested here and then go down. And where could render go down? I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's a very interesting buying target. So basically we got something like a daily demand here. So if we take a horizontal line and we put it in like, I think $5 like 36, so here, and then we go into the wicks as well, we can see that this could be a very interesting buying zone because you got a lot of wicks here which actually never got retested. So they might just wick in this zone and then send it straight up. Like I said, September is a very, very dangerous month because it might look very bullish, but it also might look extremely bearish. Like they could trigger you into like thinking this is the bull run start, we're gonna straight pump it to like 20, 30, $40, it's going only up, but also push it down that hard that you're thinking like we're going down, it's over, Bitcoin and render is never coming back again. But so far it's looking very good. Also, a lot of people are expecting render to go below $3, but I'm not expecting with all this daily demand here that render is going down again to these levels because it's showing incredible strength. And we also saw this last week because last week Bitcoin was going to like 52, 51k area and render was so strong at $4.40. Meanwhile, when Bitcoin was at 49k, render came all the way down to $3.40. So yeah, we're still $1 above, which is also like 25%. And Bitcoin was already almost at 49k. So render is looking really strong. But my short-term prediction for the upcoming week or weeks is actually that we test this golden pocket. Best case scenario, we test this 6.58 wick like a double top and then go down again before we start for the big rally on October. And this rally could be really massive because if we take a look at the Fibonacci levels, which really matter, so basically we're talking about the macro, we can see that we had a top here at like $13, we had a bottom here at around, let's say like $3.42, and then we can straight go and look towards the 1.618, the 2.618, even the 3.618. This area I'm expecting before Q1 to be reached. So again, it's going to be very aggressive like we saw here. Basically in September we were trading at $1.30 and went 10x up, and the same thing I'm expecting here from a bottom here straight up 10x. So around this area could be the local top for Q1 2025, and I'm not even saying that this is a bull run top. Like a lot of people are still expecting Q4 2025, but this could be a very interesting region to actually take profits. But for the short term, what you should remember is that 5.50, 5.8 and 6.5 will be very difficult levels to break, that there's a good daily demand zone between 4.25 and like 4.37, and also that there's going to be a lot of volatility during the rate cuts. Like I always said, the best thing to do, not financial advice, in September is just buy it every day. Like if you got like a money to buy, split it into 30. So let's say you can buy for $10,000, split it into 30, so $330 a day. Just buy $330 a day of render and you will probably outperform 99% of traders and people in crypto if you just do that, hold that until like Q1 2025 and sell. That's basically how easy it is, and they're gonna make it look like there's no bull run, that it's over. That's what they always do because they want the final retail liquidity. They did it in March. I was actually hearing some retail around me and they just dumped it. We were on extreme greed. So yeah, short term, these are the price levels. Long term, for Q1 I showed as well, and if there's any questions, be sure to comment them down below so I can answer it. And of course, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like this video if you did. Also follow me at TheRealDoc on Twitter to know when I post about Render, bullish upcoming events, prices and events in crypto. Also click on the screen right now if you want to find the best method to make profit with Render. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more crypto content and YouTube. Until next time.